What is going on, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the crossover presented by Prime Sports World. I'm your host, Cedric Rivera, here with TJ Hopkins. And if you are joining us on the Huddle Sports Network, you can catch us on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. And in case you missed it, you can catch us on all streaming platforms where podcasts can be heard. And guess what, TJ? We're back playing basketball. Let's go. Well, we haven't had this show in about 3 weeks, so I'm kind of excited. We just jump right into it. The Milwaukee Bucks won the NBA Cup. TJ winning the second NBA Cup, 97-81 over the OKC Thunder. I fell asleep on that game. Not gonna lie, in the second half, but I will say this: throughout the whole NBA Cup tournament, teams did play hard for a second year in a row. So I do like that. I love the incentive. I like the one young guy that Giannis shouted out, the one two-way guy that got $500,000 for being on the roster. That's what it's all about, to be honest with you. For those type of guys, it matters. Giannis was excellent in this game. Had a triple-double, 26 points, 19 rebounds, 10 assists, 2 steals, 3 blocks, 23 points for Dame Lillard. Then on the other side, the Milwaukee Bucks played great team defense. It really shut down SGA. Only shot 8-24 for 21 points. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, when I was watching that game, Andre Jackson was doing a hell of a job on SGA with his length. So I guess, TJ, thoughts on the game and thoughts on this year's NBA Cup?
Well, first off, I didn't expect the second best defensive team in the NBA to get just ran through like that. Like that was pretty impressive by what the Bucks did. OKC just couldn't buy a shot. It's not that Milwaukee was playing good defense necessarily. There were wide open shots by the Thunder that just weren't going in for whatever reason. They just weren't going in. And yeah, overall, like I think this is I hope this is going to be a mainstay with the league. Like it's giving something to the guys that's been lacking. Sort of like this is motivation for a bunch of guys that don't have that big time contract. Like you said, like those two-way players that don't have a lot. That's probably not going to get a lot of NBA burn. That's going to spend most of their time in the G League. If you're on the roster at the time of the NBA Cup, you get $500,000. That's probably matching your two-way contract total for the whole year.
So, man, that's excellent. Like you say, like that's what it's all about, in my opinion. Like the NBA Cup money, like a guy like Dame, a guy like Giannis, they make that one check dang near, one game check or 2 game checks or whatever. A guy that's like a two-way guy, or even on a rookie scale deal, it's a lot of money. 500,000,
And it's like the one thing I like about it is the competitiveness. Like these guys care. It means something to them. The only thing I don't like about it is it's kind of like the play-in. Like, what do the games, like the stats in those games don't count towards anything. They're just there. That's got to change.
Well, the games count. I think the Bucks. I think they'll play 83 games.
No, I think every game but like the Cup championship game goes
game
goes towards
right.
I'm talking like the stats in I think the stats in those games don't equate to much to anything. I could be wrong on that, but it's like the play-in. Like when you play the play-in, it's not a playoff game. It's not. It's just a game. Right, it's just a game. Like those stats don't count towards anything. Like that's got to change. If that's what it is, if that's the same as the NBA Cup, then yeah, that's got to change.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, absolutely. I do think so. I guess what are the expectations and any changes for the future to make the cup even better than what it was? I think this year, I think a lot of people liked it. Again, they're still getting used to this type of basketball being. I mean, we should play this type of basketball every game, but they're I think it's a great incentive. Fans kind of are getting into it, especially with that 4-week stretch where the teams are wearing the different uniforms and the different courts, and it's just a little higher of an expectation. But any changes do you see?
One, I don't think we're going to see any significant changes until the two teams that are come. Like there's, and you know what I'm talking about. Like there's rumor of a team going back in Seattle. There's rumor of a team being added in Vegas. How close we are to that, I'm not sure. But when you add those two teams, that means a realignment is coming, right? So you add two teams in the West, you're gonna have to rechange this whole thing, and that probably means a team like Memphis is gonna get added to the East, and Minnesota goes to the East, or New Orleans goes to the East. Like that's something drastic like that is gonna change, and that's when you'll really see a change. Because like I think this year, I remember last year, like how they did the groupings. Like the Bulls played one of their cup matchups was Orlando. This year it was Atlanta. So it's I think that changes like what goes into how do you group the games, like how do you group the teams together for group play and etc. But once again, like I don't see any major changes coming until there's an expansion, because once that happens, everything has to change.
So I necessarily, and I think those are all great points, TJ. I necessarily don't have any like foreseeable changes. Well, I guess, but I kind of just want to make a suggestion, right? And I want to make things a little fun here. I would love to see the NBA and the EuroLeague kind of simultaneous in-season tournament play kind of games, right? And the winner of the NBA Cup plays the winner of the EuroLeague in a one championship in like a one game series. And it won't count for anything. But
they kind of
I think that would be awesome.
Yeah.
One, because there's been talks of, I mean, there's been rumors or something like that about about Adam Silver, thinking about incorporating something like that at the end of the season, like the NBA Finals champion facing the EuroLeague champion in some type of series.
They used to do that, like the back in the day, like the NBA champion used to go on like a 2-week or month-long tour of Europe and just play European teams.
And they used to bust heads.
And they
used to bust their ass. But the problem is, though, TJ, is that Europe has gotten so much better at the game of basketball. Obviously, their top guys come over to play here, right? But still, like a lot of those guys are the competition. The gap has gotten a lot smaller. But when it comes to
but like see like here's the counter to that is like you have like you're picking an entire continent versus one country. Like you got to get a Luka who's from Slovenia, a Jokic who's from Serbia, a person from Spain, and so on and so forth, just to field a competitive team against Team USA. Like you got to get a Wemby from France, right? A Gobert from France, a Luka from Slovenia, a Jokic from Serbia, just to be like, all right, like, hey, y'all five against the USA's best five. Because when y'all with y'all representative country versus our top five, y'all don't stand a goddamn chance. Like we literally just saw it. We just saw it.
No, wait, hold on, TJ.
We just saw it
because Serbia had them on the ropes by 20 points, and
we
France
just saw it, and they couldn't.
France played. and they couldn't close, but they still had them on the rolls for 20 points. They were up 20 points. They couldn't close. Yeah, that's right. And France played Team USA down to the wire. If it wasn't for the heroics of Steph Curry,
it
could be a different game.
No, France was favorite. Like, when was the last time Team USA wasn't favored to win the gold?
Well, I'll tell you, when KD, LeBron, and Steph Curry and all of them leave, and I saw whatever's next up for Team USA, Jaylen Brown and all them, I'm a little concerned for Team USA.
We got 4 years to work. We got 4 years to work that.
But what we bringing on? What we bringing on? Cooper Cup and a Cooper Flag, and Ace Bailey and Ron Harper's son, Dylan Harper. You know what I'm saying? We'll be bringing on those three. I think they'll be all right. But
the cup, the NBA Cup, it's like the Commissioner's Cup. It's first off, like we got to pay homage to, because again, this is year 2 of the Commissioner's Cup, the NBA Cup. They got the idea from the WNBA, who's had their Commissioner's Cup tournament for, I think, 3 or 4 years now, and it's kind of the same thing. Obviously, they don't get as much money as the NBA players get, but nonetheless, they got the idea from the WNBA. And if you watch the WNBA Commissioner Cups games, it means just that much more to those girls, to those players. And you're starting to see that here. Like, I think the first year it was kind of like, I think the first year it was like, because it's new, it's a new concept, so on and so forth. This year I think it proved that it's here to stay, and barring any unforeseen catastrophes, they're gonna because like you get what I'm saying, like barring any there haven't been any like significant injuries during Cup play. There hasn't been an injury to a star player during Cup play, because I think if that happens, that's what's gonna get people to be like, hey, we got to stop this. Like, you get what I'm saying? Right. Like if knock on wood, God forbid, like if a Jason Tatum tears an ACL during Cup play, right? Like, you think people are gonna be like, hey, this got to stop? Look, Izzy on.
Man, bro, gas the gas, son. Bro, what you eat, dog? Anyways, keep going, brother.
Like, no, like I think if that happens, then it's gonna be a conversation. But even then, I think it's gonna take. I still think it's gonna take a lot more for them to be like, hey, this has to go. But I like it. I hope it stays.
I hope it stays too. I think there'll be some minor tweaks of maybe next season. But I do like the competitiveness. Gets everybody's juices going. I just hope it translates into going forward into. I know the All-Star break's coming up soon. What about 3-4 weeks or so?
All-Star break. No, that's
All-Star break. About what, January, February? 4 weeks, yeah, about
a month and a half, maybe.
About a month and a half, yeah, around the same time as like the trade deadline, which we are going right into NBA trade buzz, because that has been part of the buzz. But I know we've been talking about, we've been hearing the news about Jimmy Butler. The trade deadline, we're going to jump the gun a little bit here, ladies and gentlemen. Mm-hmm. Trade deadline ain't until February 9th. We'll have our own trade deadline show when that comes. But just kind of want to jump the gun on some of the news that's been happening, especially like Jimmy Butler, as you see his face there, has been in rumors of trade talks. And we got about a month and a half or so, until the trade deadline, which is February 9th at 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So I guess my question to you is, which superstar will be on the move by the deadline? Just jumping ahead here, or before the deadline.
Okay, well, obviously, like, just kick-started with Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler has been in the news. I think it was more so like a week ago, maybe a little bit more. Shams caught some flack from Jimmy Butler's agent, and Shams did what Shams was supposed to do. Shams stood by his word and said, hey, this is what I'm hearing. Like, you can call it BS what you want, but Shams held his own. And the people that saw the agent's reply was like, damn, Shams, like Like you ain't been the guy. Like you ain't the guy. You like basically saying like he'll never be Woj and all this other stuff. And because I guess like Wojnarowski's reporting was never like quote unquote discredited to that extent. And Shams is like, bruh, this is my job. This is what I'm hearing. I ain't out here just clickbait hunting like searching for headlines. If there's some rumor to it, like if there's some truth to it, I'm gonna say it. And you have to ask yourself, like, bro, that's kind of some truth to it, because the Miami Heat, we ain't finna sit here and act like they haven't been able to land that big name in the last 2 years. Like again, it was 4 names out there that they could have traded for, and they didn't do it. They could have got Kevin Durant, didn't do it. You could have got James Harden, didn't do it. Could have got Bradley Beal, you didn't do it. You could have got Dame Lillard, you didn't do it. For whatever reason, you did it just didn't happen. You drafted that big man out of Indiana this past April, and he getting DNP's coach's decision. Bro is 7 foot tall, and you can't find time for him on the floor. Seriously? So if I'm Jimmy Butler, yeah, I'm not happy with what's going on. I understand playoff Jimmy, and he been like ain't won shit, ain't won a damn thing. Like that's cute, that's cuddly, that's all that good. Ain't won nothing. Jimmy Butler want to win. Jimmy Butler's like 35, 36 years old. He's closer to the end than he is the middle, and he has a lot of miles on them legs. The guy wants to win. Come up north to Chicago, it's 2 dudes that we've been talking about trading away for the last 3 years now. It's Zach LaVine and Nikola Vucevic, right? Like Zach LaVine gets labeled a loser. He plays a losing style of basketball, but I'm all like, how can y'all say that when every team he's been on has lost? He plays a losing style of basketball. That's not his fault. He's one dude. Mm-hmm. He's one dude. All right, like put Zach LaVine in a minute back in Minnesota with the talent they got now, with the Anthony Edwards and what they got right now. Put Zach LaVine in a Boston. Put Zach LaVine in the OKC, a surefire playoff contender. You don't think Zach LaVine would take his game up to a next level or elevate that team that needs that extra punch?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Him and Vucevic.
Nikola Vucevic is a walking 18-10, 21-10 on a good day. You really want to sit here and tell me that a team like the Lakers couldn't use a 21-10, an extra 21-10?
I would push that, and that I would push AD to his position,
his natural spot.
Yeah, where he wants to be at. The crazy thing about it is that both of those guys have 15% trade like kickers. So like basically, like if they get traded, the Heat have to pay Jimmy Butler 15% of his salary. He's got 2 years remaining on his deal, and so do the Bulls. They have to pay Zach LaVine 15% of his salary.
Now, like the one
he's got 3 years remaining on his deal.
I don't know if you saw it. It would be like somebody mocked the trade from between Denver and Chicago. It's Michael Porter Jr. and Zeke Naji for Zach LaVine because the salaries will match. The salaries will match up, and
they Bulls uniform on draft day. But anyways,
right. That's a conversation for another day. That's don't get me started. That's conversation for another day, bro. Like, yeah, we should have had Michael Porter Jr. should have been in a Bulls uniform on draft day. They went Wendell Carter Jr. instead, and we see how that worked out. But if I'm the Bulls, like at this point, if you trade those guys, if you trade those 2 dudes, the number one thing that you need, it's not players, it's 100% draft capital. You need draft picks. If you're gonna rebuild, you need, like, because you missed the boat on Alex Caruso. Like, I understand Josh Giddey's nice, but you could have got a decent haul for Alex Caruso. Like, I understand, like the NBA draft is only 2 rounds, but if you trade Caruso to a team that's offering a first and 2 2s, or 2 2s and a first, or some variation like that.
Trade that to San Antonio. Let's get they pick and get what's his name, Devin Vassell.
It's like somebody, like, bro, like you got to get, at this point, if I'm AK,
Money got to work.
if I'm AK, all right, if I'm AK and I'm Mark Eversley, my main concern right now is draft capital. Like you can offer me players all you want. What's the draft compensation look like? Because if that's not to my liking, I'm not just making the move to make a move. I'm not doing that. I think another player that could be on the move, low key. I mean, it's gonna be tough, but Jordan. I think Jordan Poole could get moved. I just think with Washington, like with how he wants to play versus what they want to do in Washington, they just not coexisting with each other. Jordan Poole got to go someplace else. I think Utah can make a move with Lowry Markkanen. His name has been in the trade talks for like the last year and a half or so.
Colin Sexton. Because just only because of the fact that Keontae George has been playing very well, and it's like you have Keontae George, you have Jordan Clarkson, like Colin Sexton has a lot of value right now. You can go ahead and go get something nice coming back to Utah, like draft compensation back for Colin Sexton, and he can go play for a team that's actually going to win, because D'Lo's another guy.
Yeah, D'Angelo Russell.
Brandon Ingram. I heard Brandon Ingram. That whole thing in New Orleans hasn't really worked out, right? Because Zion, for the most part, has always been hurt.
Has not worked out. Lonzo Ball, his name's been linked to the Hornets. I don't see that. I just don't see that happening. Because awesome, bro. No, it would be, but if you're Chicago, like you don't trade, like you had basically 2 years to trade this guy away because he was just sitting on your bench. Now that he's back, you're gonna trade him? No, like that doesn't make any sense. But to your point with Utah, like bro, like Utah and New Orleans, I expected both of these teams to be definitely better than what they are. They're both. New Orleans is 5-22. Like Zion is not making that much of a difference when you're 5-22. You got enough talent on that team to be better than 5-22.
Right.
You know, all right. And then Utah, like I said, like Utah, you're 5-20. Same thing to an extent. Like you're better than 5-22. Like you have enough young talent on that team to push enough teams close to the edge. And like, are you 5-22? Yes. Should you be basically like what the Bulls are right now, like 12-15? That's what Utah should be. Like lose a few games that you're up late, and then you do dumb young team shit, and then you lose the lead, then you lose that way. Like that's where you should be at. Like you're 5-22, terrible. Washington 4-21, Toronto 7-20, Charlotte 7-20. Like
what about teams? What about teams that need to make a trade at one, and teams that you think that will reach?
All right, teams. All right, well,
now to the trade deadline. I got one team in mind that I think is going to reach.
Who?
I think it's going to be Golden State. I think Golden State's going to reach. They're going to get rid of some of their young talent to possibly bring in like a guy like Zach LaVine. They're going to get rid of like Jonathan Kuminga. They're going to get rid of guys like that. Their future kind of assets for a superstar to play along Steph Curry.
To win.
We've all heard of LeBron James
right now. Yeah.
To win right now. We've all heard of LeBron James. The Lakers are definitely a team that needs to make a trade.
I saw one trade. It'll probably never happen, but it would be talk about a hand and glove type fit. I saw a mock trade of. No, I don't remember what was given up, but it was Boston. It was Ben Simmons to Boston.
That's actually pretty interesting, bro.
That's very interesting because that's what Ben Simmons needs. Like, bro, like that would be. I'm like whole time that would be exactly what he needs.
He's not going to start. He's not going to start. The bench. He's going to play like a Bill Walton role, like back in the day.
Yeah,
like coming off that bench, except minus he never won a championship. But Ben Simmons is going to come off the bench, and they're going to say,
Bill Walton did win a championship.
Ben Simmons. I'm talking about Ben Simmons. But I said Bill Walton won a championship with the Blazers. Then he went to Ben Simmons he doesn't have that championship record. But I will say this is that the Boston Celtics are going to tell Ben Simmons, look, you don't come off the bench and you're just going to get everybody going. Penetration, kicking at everybody because all you want to do is shoot the threes anyways. We want to shoot up 60 threes a game. So we just want you to penetrate, drive and kick. We got shooters off the bench that are going to shoot for you. You're going to drive and kick to Drew Holiday. You're going to drive and kick to Derek White. You're going to drive and kick to Jason Tatum. You're going to drive and kick to Pacific Pete. You know, you're going to drive and kick to whoever the hell else is coming off that bench shooting the damn leather off the ball. So that's an interesting trade, actually.
Yeah, I think a team that needs to make a move that probably won't. Atlanta needs to make a move.
Yeah, I think so too. But they've been hot though lately. Atlanta's been getting healthy at the right time. They bringing back guys right at the right time. Bogey came back. I think they get Onyeka Okongwu back. You know, a lot of those guys come back getting healthy. DeAndre Hunter looks healthy. I mean, DeAndre Hunter's having his best season. Who's the other young kid?
Jalen Johnson.
Jalen Johnson having a great season. Both of those guys averaging 19 points a game respectively. And then, you know, Trae Young is, I mean, he's having one of his best years in terms of assists to turnover ratio this season. I mean, he's just, you know, he doesn't really need to score because he's got those two horses. We'll see how healthy DeAndre Hunter stays, but that is a team that could possibly make a trade.
I think the annoyance with Atlanta comes from, again, like you went to the Eastern Conference Finals and then you regressed. Terrible. Like you're supposed to build off that. You're supposed to make the moves to add to that Eastern Conference Finals appearance and prove to the NBA world that it wasn't a fluke, and so on and so forth. And even now, like you said, they've been on the tear lately. Yeah, they're 7-10. They're 7-3 in their last 10, but they still just a game over 500. That's that's the annoyance that comes with the Atlanta Hawks. It's like, bro, like you have a bona fide, like the fact that Trae Young's name is in trade talks and you're the Atlanta Hawks, you should be like, bro, ain't no way in hell we would ever consider giving up Trae Young to anybody. But the fact that that's a thing and the fact that it's probably being considered tells me everything I need to know about the Atlanta Hawks. It's like, bro, y'all can't keep it. Atlanta's that one team where it's like y'all can't keep wasting. Every team, like every sport, has that one team that's in a big city that just wastes talent. Chicago, unfortunately, has like 3 of them across the major sports, right? Like Cleveland has Myles Garrett. You wasting Myles Garrett, right? LA is like basically outside of 1 year where you got a 3-month break, you're wasting Anthony Davis. New Orleans was the same way. Atlanta, you're wasting Trae Young, you're wasting a Kyle Pitts, you're wasting so on and so forth. Y'all can't keep doing this. Like the fact that y'all had to do like Dominique Wilkins back in the day, and you couldn't get somebody to come down to Atlanta and be like, "Hey, this is gonna be the guy to take. This is your version of Scottie Pippen. Take us there." And it never happened.
Use another team that needs to make a trade. TJ, Indiana.
Indiana's
got too many players.
I'm so disappointed in Indiana.
I'm so disappointed. A bunch of players that do the same thing though. Like,
and that was my issue with Atlanta for you. I'm like, y'all got a bunch of players that do the same thing, and it's like you praise DeAndre Hunter and Jalen Johnson. They both 6'9", they both long as hell, and they both basically do the same thing. Like, I'm glad they got to do it like Dyson Daniels, who got out of the shuffle in New Orleans, and he's found a role in Atlanta. Dyson Daniels leads the league in steals, I think. He averages like, I just looked at it. I think he averages like damn near 3 steals a game or something like that. And
he's a long man. And that dude plays defense, man, like a menace.
Hey, because he Australian, they call him the Great Barrier Thief. I thought that was just kind of clever. Like,
but yeah, he got a brother too. He got a brother too that's really nice too. Just saying that he's probably a future first rounder.
Yeah,
like 2 years.
And Indiana, like this is their first season with Pascal Siakam. Like they full first season with him and Halliburton, and I'm disappointed in them because I expected better from the Indiana Pacers up until this point. especially with a guy like Benedict Mathurin back into the fray. Like I understand he got hurt last year, and you had another first round pick in Jarris Walker, I understand like hey, you got to find time for these dudes, but you should be better than what you are now. You should be better than what you are.
No, that's real spill, man. That's real
So
spill.
like if you're Indiana and you make a trade, like are you trading those guys away? The guys I just named? Like who are you trading for?
I'm trading Ben Mathurin. I'm trading. Let's see who they can trade. They can trade the free agents James Johnson, Thomas Bryant. I thought Thomas Bryant already got traded. If I'm not mistaken. You got Pascal Siakam still on the board. I don't think they. I mean, they
You're not trading him.
You're not trading him. I mean, you got the rookie Johnny Furphy. You got some of those other guys that you mentioned. You know, Benedict, Miles Turner, Aaron Naismith, Benedict Mathurin. Yeah, all three of those guys should probably be in trade talks. You know, to get you something back, something that's gonna, they really need, in my opinion, they really need that bona fide two guard. Like they need that bona fide two guard in between Pascal Siakam and Tyrese Halliburton. Somebody that can just put the ball in the bucket day in and day out and not have those inconsistencies or any injuries, that they've had with some of the young guys. Because you're not going to trade Andrew Nembhard, you're not going to trade Obi Toppin. Those guys have restrictions.
Because so they playing Phoenix right now, right? And the starters today were Halliburton, Mathurin, Nembhard, Turner, and Siakam. Right? If Benedict Mathurin can't be that, like you said, if Benedict Mathurin at that 2 spot at that 2 spot can't be, or the 3 spot can't be that option, because if Mathurin starting and Nembhard starting, Nembhard is definitely your 2, Mathurin's your 3, Siakam's your 4, and you put Turner at the 5, obviously.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And Mathurin so far is 2 for 6, got 8 points, and it's 5 minutes left in the first half. Like
you need more.
You need more. Like James Johnson don't, like you say, you can trade him, but James Johnson don't even play. Like dude's just there for like vet locker room presence at this point.
Right.
Like,
and then obviously you got James Wiseman, who's another guy. He'll be hurt, but he's hurt for the season. So
you ain't got to trade nothing. Like if you're a team and you want Wiseman, you can just take a flyer on him and be like, hey man, we're gonna sign you to a 1 year for the cheap. You ain't got to give up no assets to get Wiseman.
But really, those 3 guys, Turner, Naismith, Mathurin, they're the only guys on the team right now that they can trade that have value, that are all either unrestricted free agents or restricted free agents coming up here. I think Turner's unrestricted free agent this offseason, if I'm not mistaken. Aaron Naismith is unrestricted free agent in 2027. Benedict Mathurin is a restricted free agent in 2026. I'm looking to trade either 2 out of those 3 guys by the trade deadline. If I'm Indiana, I'm trying to get something for those guys. Moving on to the next thing. Before we get to the next something, nothing, everything, just want to give a shout out to Huddle Sports, the Huddle Sports Network. We're going to pause here for a quick break on their station identification here.
Welcome to the Huddle Sports Network, where we're breaking boundaries and redefining podcasting. Broadcasting live on 6 different platforms, we're bringing you the latest in sports like never before. Imagine tuning in to real-time discussions, expert analyses, and fan interactions all at your fingertips. Each platform offers a unique experience, whether you're on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitch. We're not just sharing stories, we're creating a community of passionate sports enthusiasts. Join us as we dive deep into the evolution of podcasting, where every episode is a chance to engage, debate, and celebrate the world of sports. This is where your voice matters, and the game never stops. Welcome to the Huddle Sports Network, where we're breaking boundaries and redefining podcasting, broadcasting live on 6 different platforms. We're bringing you the latest in sports like never before, where sports passion meets podcasting brilliance. I'm Mike, the Bear fan, and alongside Bill, the Packer fan, and our buddy Ken Catalone, we're bringing you an incredible lineup of 38 diverse podcasters. Each one brings their unique flavor to the table, covering everything from game analysis to behind-the-scenes stories. Imagine diving deep into the minds of
And if you guys are on the Huddle Sports Network, please make sure to catch us the rest of the show on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch, as we are there, and then catch us on all streaming platforms where podcasts can be heard, as our time is done there on the Huddle at the moment. So please check us out there on those platforms. Anyways, TJ, moving forward to something, nothing, everything. LeBron James last week said he was stepping away from the Lakers to deal with personal reasons. He came back to 15, to play against the Memphis Grizzlies. He did say that, it was due to like his shooting slump, which was in a slump. And he just kind of felt gassed. Is this something, nothing, everything moving forward for LeBron James?
Nothing. It's the usual. Like, LeBron James is 40. He turned 40 this month. He's earned the weight. Like, LeBron James has earned the right to handle his business however he see fit. And I understand, like, people are they're making connections to stuff that's not there. Like, y'all know that people know that he real tight with Jay-Z. Jay-Z's name was in the news for some other stuff related to you get what I'm saying, related to I ain't trying to go and they trying to link LeBron name to Jay-Z name, who trying to link Jay-Z name to the stuff going on with all that, and they trying to, like, again, they making connections to stuff that's not there. LeBron, if he want to take a break, damn it, he's earned a break. It's 82 games. Like, LeBron James is well past the point of playing 80 games in the season any damn way. It's nothing.
Yeah, I don't think it's not. I think it's nothing. As well. The guy's 40-some years. He's 40, 41 years old. Of course, he's gonna be gassed. He's been the staple of injury-free basketball most of his career, and he's been the staple in the NBA. He deserves and earns that right to take some time off. Just take a couple weeks off. We all need. Shoot, man, during the year, shoot. He just freaking played in the Olympics. Everybody from the Olympics is looking a little fatigued a little bit so far in the season. So I'm not gonna say it's anything. KD was interviewed after one of the games a couple weeks ago, or just this past week, saying that the All-Star game format a couple days ago, saying that the All-Star game format is basically been ruined and he hates it. I think the format now was 6 teams now.
4.
They're picking 4. Is it 4 teams? The 6 players picked by Kenny, by Charles Barkley, and what was it? Is it Kenny, Charles, and Shaq, or whatever the case is? But anyways, KD just says, man, we need to go back to, and Candace Parker. KD says, hey, man, we just need to go back to East and West. Is this something, nothing, or everything here for KD? Kind of advocating to go back to the East and West game.
It's everything, because it's the player's fault.
Right.
It's y'all's fault. No one told y'all to turn the All-Star game into a glorified 3-point contest and dunk contest. Y'all out there scoring 200 points a game. What did y'all expect? What did y'all expect to happen? The players go out there nonchalant, and I understand, like, you don't want to get hurt and all this other stuff, but the fans want to see you care, and you don't care. you blatantly don't care.
They don't. We've talked about this for many years. This All-Star game has been a mockery before, back when I was growing up, when we were both growing up.
Like
All-Star game
when we both going, it used to mean something. Like being named an All-Star, it wasn't just like you legit had to earn it. Like you legitimately had to earn it. Now it's just almost like we can pencil in who we know is gonna be there. And me personally, I've always felt like this because the fan vote is a joke.
Yeah.
The fan vote is a joke. It means nothing because when I remember, you won't find two bigger fans than Derrick Rose than me and Izzy right here. And when Derrick Rose was out injured, not playing, Derrick Rose was getting votes. Derrick Rose would be like top 10 in the fan vote, and we're just like, why? That means y'all ain't taking it seriously. Like he's not gonna be there. Like he's not gonna play, and then y'all turn it into what it is. But the players play their role in what the All-Star game is. Like I 100% agree with Kevin Durant. Don't overcomplicate it. Go back to East and West. It's really that simple.
Yeah.
But as the players, y'all gotta care. Y'all gotta give a damn. And truth be told, I think like the real talk, like the real downfall came the pandemic year, right? Like they do the or like yeah they not the pandemic year, the next year when they had no fans in the no fans in the arena, and LeBron James like everything about LeBron James said he did not want to be there. LeBron James played the first quarter and sat his ass down the rest of the game.
Yeah, they take it as like a vacation, you know. They like, man, we don't even really want to play. Like all the other players in the NBA like get to take 10 days off or whatever the case is, and we got to participate this week.
And all,
you know what I mean? And all
like it's just like it's not just the game. Like it's the whole weekend. Like the dunk contest. The dunk contest is trash. The rising rising stars go back to what that used to be. Go back to the rookies versus the sophomores, or
that was awesome.
like do that, or like do some Team USA versus Team World stuff in the Rising Stars. Like I don't know. The dunk contest needs a total revamp. Like go back.
Yeah, I agree to the the sponsoring, like street dunkers, YouTube dunkers, stuff like that.
Like because like when you got a guy like Mac McClung who is primarily a G League player, get called up to the NBA roster just to do a dunk contest and go in and win. That's the other NBA players. You should take that as a slap in the face because this like Matt McClung, he's hungry. He wants it. Y'all don't want it. Go back to the OG skills challenge. Go back to that. Go back to the what was the one where they had a NBA player, a WNBA player, and a legend?
The All-Star what was it, the All-Star shootout challenge or something like that?
Go back.
Shooting star.
Go back. Shooting star. Go back to that. Wasn't nothing wrong with that.
Right.
Wasn't the damn thing wrong with that. Like that was great. And the 3-point contest, that's the only thing that's really been consistently good. Hey, the whole weekend needs a revamp.
Whole weekend. I do agree with that. And I think
minus 3-point shootout.
I think the 3-point shootout is the only exciting thing about the All-Star weekend now these days. But I think Adam Silver, we hit the nail on the head. He sees the ratings, they're down. Obviously football is king in America and basketball is secondary, and damn near baseball.
It's not just coming up. It's not just that though.
Nobody just wants to watch the game. It's just
it's not. No. It's not that.
Watch these games.
It's not that nobody. It's not that nobody wants to watch them. Nobody can watch them.
Oh, that is true too. So the TV deals are the one. Like go back to having regional broadcasted games, so the average family in America can watch the game. You have to have NBA TV, TNT. You have to have ESPN. You have to have NBC. You know what I mean? Well now NBC is gonna be free TV, but you have to have TNT, TBS, whatever the hell it is. All these that
bro, like
NBA TV.
Like just to make a point, like Chicago, you leave NBC Sports, which has been a staple in Chicago for 50 years or more. You leave your TV deal with NBC Chicago, and you basically leave Sox fans, Bulls fans, and Blackhawks fans without nothing. Everybody's not changing their cable provider or stream provider just to watch y'all sorry ass teams. Like the only way to watch the Bulls or only way to watch those three teams is if you have the Chicago Sports Network, which is only available on DirecTV and I think Xfinity. Primarily DirecTV. Everybody's not changing to get DirecTV just to watch these sorry ass teams. And then on the to counteract the lack of watching, you have the Chicago Sports Network app or website where you can pay to stream the respective teams. I think it's like $30 for all three, and then it's $19.99 just to watch. You really think Bulls fans want to pay Jerry Reinsdorf an extra $20 to watch this sorry ass team that they put out? You really think Sox fans want to watch for $20? You lose 121 fucking games, bro? No. Are you nuts? Like,
man, that is wild as hell, man.
That's wild as hell, like, bro. Like
they used to be on WGN all the time.
All the time.
You know, Comcast. You know what I mean? Like,
if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Channel 50,
don't fix it. And Jerry Reinsdorf.
Channel 52.
Yeah. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And the problem.
Actually, they used to be on WGN. Channel 26.
WGN.
They used to be on W.
And then when if you had Comcast, it was I think it was like 37 or some shit like that. And
Channel 37 on Comcast. Yeah, that was Comcast Sports Network.
Yeah, and then you had and then they went to NBC Sports. And then again, like, so a lot of the people have is like they can't watch their local team. Like I'm 45 to an hour away from Chicago. I can't watch my local team. That's a problem. I have to scoreboard watch my local team.
I ain't gonna lie. I stream it on illegal streaming sites. My bad, y'all.
No, because
I watch it on my phone, but I would love to watch it on my big ass, 70
TV.
You know what I mean? I'm watching it on the little phone, and I want to watch it on my big TV.
I want to watch it on my TV, and I can't. And that's the problem with that the NBA has. And like you said, they have they competing with football at both levels, college and the NFL. And Charles Barkley brought up a great point, and it's segueing into the next point about Kawhi Leonard. The NBA should really consider starting the season on Christmas Day. Like, because like when you start in October, you're starting in October, you're in the heart of football season. You're in the heart of both. You're not winning. You're not winning. If you start on first off, strike a deal with the NFL, like, hey, bro, Christmas Day was ours for years, and then y'all just slowly but surely added games to the Christmas holiday, like to the Christmas Day slot. No, the NBA Christmas Day is the NBA's day. Y'all got Thanksgiving. Damn it, give us Christmas. Give us back our.
Would they play? They would play. All
you still
summertime, right?
You will still play 82 games, right? You're just starting it. You're just starting at Christmas, right? And then you stretch those. So like you basically end the season in like July, early July. Like late June, early July.
Wouldn't they have to play more back-to-backs though, because they're cramming in the season?
No, not really. I mean, like bare minimum, like at the latest, you're ending in August, which is perfect because that's right around the time football is getting ready to start. Have your draft in like September. If you're the NBA, have your draft in like September. Your preseason, so on, is October, November. Start the season on Christmas. It's that simple. I mean, it's not that. It's like not that simple. Like, yeah, I'm gonna have to work some shit out to make that math a little bit better. But yeah, like Kawhi Leonard.
I mean, I'm with it. And then Kawhi Leonard coming back after Christmas, joining the Clippers. Nothing, everything for that team.
For the Clippers, it's everything because like he's like for the Clippers, it's everything because he's the one you chose. You chose him over Paul George. You chose him over Paul George. It's everything for him, for them. You should, again, like if Kawhi Leonard is not there, and shout out to James Harden because he has been holding it down the best way he possibly can. Right? Mm-hmm. Shout out to him. Shout out to Ty Lue. Yeah, woo. But you need him if you want to make some damage. If you want to make some noise in the West, if you want the Clippers to be there in that brand new beautiful arena, you need him. You need him there.
It's absolutely. I think it's everything as well for Kawhi Leonard to come back after Christmas, and hopefully he's healthy. Because if he is, that Clippers team is going to be dangerous.
Dangerous.
I'm telling you, dangerous. Joel Embiid concerns. I feel like we talked about this the last time. He has a sinus bone infection, whatever the hell was going on with him. He's only played 7 games this season. He's there in the Clippers are 1-6 when he's played. He's only won 1 game, and that was against our sorry ass team, the Chicago Bulls.
Right, like, I just thought that was hilarious. It's like I'm all like these mugs would these weak some dots would come back against the Bulls, and it wasn't just him. It was all 3 of them. It was him. Paul George came back, and Maxey was there. It's like, really? It's like, why can't we get like? It's like, when are we gonna get our chance to pick at a team's bones, and just so on and so forth. But yeah, the Joel Embiid concerns are no different than his draft day concerns. You came into the league hurt. You missed the first 2 years of your career, then you came, and then you basically been injury prone every year since. Like I don't think Joel Embiid ever played a full 82. No, right?
No. And he's never gonna play one the rest of his career. He said he's never gonna play back-to-backs ever again. Like, who the hell do you think you are?
And that rubbed people the wrong way. It's like, bro, like you barely play as it is. Like, you can't sit here and say, I don't care if you meant it as a joke or not. You cannot come out here and say, "Oh, I'm not playing back to backs." Like, what? You excuse me?
Yeah.
What you
exactly?
Like, huh? Like, nah. I know he had a little beef with the reporter, rightly so. Yeah, Marcus Haynes. Yeah,
Marcus Haynes.
Whichever one. It was a Haynes. Goddamn it, and they not related. But true, like rightly so. Like, bro, you can mention my legacy without mentioning my son or my late brother. All you have to do is say if Joel Embiid wants a legacy, he has to show up. You ain't have to mention his son or his dead brother. You ain't have to do all that stuff. But yeah, Joel Embiid, I'm looking at it right now. 31, 63, 64, 51, 51, 68, 66, 39. His career high in games played is 68. Joel Embiid has never played 82 and will never play 82. And that's kind of sad.
Jesus Christ, man. That's really sad. That is sad. I don't think he ever like you said he'll never play another.
But hey, I'll say this though. I'll say this. However he felt about that first Jokic MVP, like he felt right. It's never been more justified than than now. I don't want to hear a word from anyone who says Joel Embiid is better than Nikola Jokic. Why? Because I know at the end of the day, one of them is going to actually be there to make his point, and it ain't going to be Joel Embiid.
Definitely ain't gonna be Joel Embiid. But anyways, that's been right. I don't know if you got go talk.
I don't.
We usually do go talk, but we'll do go talk next episode. I didn't have go talk for us as I was kind of time crunching.
No, you good.
Y'all. Anyways, man, hey, that's been a wrap for the crossover. We'll come back tomorrow for college football showdown with me, Christian, and Matt James to talk about the college football playoff. Notre Dame plays tomorrow, baby. Let's go Irish. Anyway,
wait, they play tomorrow?
Yeah, they play tomorrow. Yeah, they play tomorrow. 7 o'clock they play tomorrow. And then the rest of the games are on Saturday.
Speaking of something, nothing, or everything, when you said back to the trade talk, which team would make a reach for a trade?
Yeah.
At one point in time, the Golden State Warriors were losing 109-59. Tonight, at the end of the third quarter, they were down to Memphis 109-59, and Steph Curry and Draymond Wade combined 0-for-11. They lost 144-93.
Oh my God! Who they lose to?
Memphis. Bruh, and to make matters worse, guess who the leading scorer was for the Grizzlies?
Was it Scottie Pippen Jr.? No.
Nope.
Hold on. Is it old Warriors player?
Nope.
Ex-Warriors player?
Nope.
Leading scorer. Oh man. Marcus Smart?
Nope. It was Salty Aldama.
Oh my God! I took him. How much did he drop?
He had 21 and 14.
Damn! I took him out my fantasy lineup today. I took him out my fantasy lineup for Zach LaVine, bro. What's Zach LaVine doing? Is he having a good game?
36.
Okay. I'm happy. Okay. Zach dropped 36. Santi Aldama, but you know what? I'll take the double because Zach can't give me no double. He just giving me points.
Hey, the Bulls won. I don't care. Yeah, Ja Morant only scored 9 and 7. He only played 17 minutes.
I don't even think I like Zach Edey's play. Zach Edey's minutes has gone down as well too.
No, Zach Edey played 20. He played 24. He was 2 and 2 away from a double. He had 8 and 8.
Yeah. See, that's what I'm saying. That Memphis team then with Scottie Pippen Jr. Man, that Memphis team is dangerous, man.
Draymond was 0 for 4. Steph Curry was 0 for 7.
Jackson.
It's like Steph Curry had 2 points. He was minus 41 on the court.
They shoot. Well, the one thing I will say about the Warriors, though, they have kind of got back to that old brand of basketball where they kind of share the ball. Everybody's kind of scoring, but I think Steph does need to be a little bit more assertive when it comes to scoring because they do give the ball to everybody. So like Andrew Wiggins had a rock one night, Jonathan Kuminga had a rock one night, Steph Curry had the rock one night, Draymond Green
Brandon Pajinski was a leading scorer. All right, we gotta go.
Anyways, yes, we gotta go. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Holla at you. Please catch the podcast on all streaming platforms. The podcast can't be heard. And in case I missed you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Peace out. Talk to you, TJ. We'll talk about the game probably tomorrow, brother.